Hey guys, it's Emily here. I just wanted to make this quick video audio recording about my experience on the twin flame journey so far. And I'm kind of in a stage of realizing, waking up awareness that I've been really reliving my childhood for a long time, living it out and trying to change it, trying to um, replay it, and I guess subconsciously I wanted to heal it. And that's what I've been doing in a lot of my past relationships with men. But at the very beginning of this journey, pretty much within, let's see, April, May, within 3 months of meeting my twin flame, I actually got into a situation where financially I had to move back home with my family. And I know this is all part of my healing journey in the grand scheme of things because I had a really rough childhood. There was a lot of abuse, neglect, mostly emotional, but there was physical abuse as well. And I'm seeing how the ways that my parents treated me distorted my divine feminine side as well as my divine masculine side. And right now I'm really feeling like I'm going through a major masculine healing of my masculine side. And whereas, like, maybe over the summer, it was more about healing my divine feminine because when my twin flame and I separated, it was really extreme. It was like my masculine side was gone. And I really spent most of my life associated with that side of myself. And I'm seeing that more clearly every day, how on my own journey, I mean, this isn't going to be true for everyone else, but on my own journey of life, I've been in a very masculine role my whole life. And it's partly due to how our society is structured, but it's also just due to how I was raised personally. I was the oldest of four girls, and I was the first child, so there was a lot of mistakes made, and my parents were very emotionally immature. So, um, the way I was raised was kind of to be a protector of my sisters in a way. Like, my dad would make comments to me about how I needed to be a role model, how I needed to look out for my sisters. And honestly, what that did to me, how it affected me, was that I kind of took on a manly role in a lot of my relationships as well. Like, I became kind of controlling. Like, I had to be the protector. I had to be the one in charge of everything. I like had so much responsibility, and that carried over into other areas of my life too. It was in my job, how I did school. I took on a lot of responsibility, and I put a lot of pressure on myself, and I'm starting to let go of that right now. But why I wanted to make this video was to just talk about how I literally am reliving my childhood, and it's probably most people's worst nightmare to have to. I'm 25 years old right now, to have to move back home with, well, my mom passed away when I was 20, so she's not here anymore. There's a lot of grief I've been healing as well, that honestly the only way I could heal it was by moving back home. And it's really just, I've been living my mom's experience in a way too. Like, for the past month especially, but also for the past few months in general, I've been really learning how to take care of a home, um, just kind of relearning basic skills that I probably should have learned in childhood, like cooking. I mean, I knew how to cook, but I'm really learning it from more of an intuitive perspective now rather than like before I would follow recipes a lot. Now I'm just kind of winging it, and it's turning out really good. So it's exciting. Um, but I really feel like I'm learning how to function as a human being again. And I know that might sound kind of extreme, but my journey's been very extreme. that's just how my life's been. It's been really extreme. I've been through a lot. I have a very dark past. I have a very dark soul, but it's the more I expose it to the light, the happier I become. And I don't know if anyone else can relate. I know a lot of people do end up having to move back home at some point of their twin flame journey. Usually that's about clearing out old karma. And the past week, I've been getting into huge arguments with my dad, and there's been a lot of anger, yelling, and it's just even my sisters have noticed these are like cycles that have been repeating for years. And I'm finally putting an end to them. And it's really difficult. It's really challenging. It's not easy because these patterns have been in place for so long. And it's not just me, that's part of the pattern, it's other people too. But I'm learning that if I control my behavior, or not necessarily control, but if I can understand my behavior, I can change it. And I can, in part, affect the reactions of others around me by my own reactions. So that's really what I'm focusing on. And that's how I'm defeating a lot of these old cycles that have been haunting my family and myself, but also my family for years and generations, I'm sure. So, yeah, I'm basically, I manifested my worst nightmare, you could say, on this journey, but it all needed to happen so I could heal it. And it's still an ongoing process for me. Like, I'm still living at home. I'm still financially depending on my dad at this point in time for, you know, paying my rent and buying groceries for the family because I am living with my family now. I have a sister living here as well. And my two other sisters come home a lot. So it's very much like I'm being thrown back into my family of origin and learning how to manage it in a healthier way. And it's been really humbling and it's been really heartbreaking because there's been a lot of pain and shame and guilt and anger hidden for so many years, and we've all been trying to hide from it and not face it because we do love each other. We deep down we have unconditional love for each other. But it's been really warped over the years, and it's really warped my perception of love because I always thought love was about not getting in fights and not arguing or not stepping on other people's toes, I guess you could say. And when I did that, I actually was not experiencing love because I was holding back and I was not expressing myself, and I was like making myself small in order for other people to like me or love me and not be mad at me, not hurt me. I didn't want to get hurt because growing up, I literally could have physically got hurt if I shared my feelings because they were really extreme, because what was going on in my house was really extreme. And I kind of had an extreme anger outburst the other day because my dad said something really mean to me. And I had confided in him that I'm trying to heal my anger issues. And he said something like, "Oh, you do have anger issues. Like, you need to see a therapist, la la la." And he says things that are really fucking triggering, really mean. And so he says a lot meaner things than that. So I'm not trying to like make it seem like I'm the only, like I'm also trying to come to a place where I'm not overburdening myself with the responsibility because um, other people are players in this too. Like, I can't take all the responsibility. Like, I know I can only take responsibility for my own actions and words, and like I can't continue accepting other people's negative behavior towards me. And it honestly sucks learning these lessons because it shows me the ways that I've actually behaved in that more angry way, like my dad, towards people in my life. but it also shows me how I've been really mistreated. And it's like, no wonder I've been struggling with all these issues for my whole life. And I just never thought I could resolve them. I just thought it was who I was. And I'm really grateful that even as hard as this is, I know I'm making a lot of progress. And um, it's really, I can't understate. It has been very painful. The past few days have been really painful for me. A lot has come up. Um, and that's pretty much all I want to share on that message about, reliving your childhood in a way on this journey. And for me, it's been very, very direct, like very literal. I'm literally reliving my childhood not in my childhood home, but with my family of origin. We move around a lot, so I don't really have a childhood home. But I also wanted to share I've been healing a lot of sacral chakra stuff since yesterday. A lot came up. There was a lot of purging. It was really intense. Um, and that's what I'm going through right now. So thanks so much for listening. I hope you guys have a good one. Bye.